Well, hello there, YouTube. Welcome. Hard to believe that it's Sunday the, was it 16th or 26th? Yeah, 26th of October. It just clicked 12 p.m. exactly, and the power went out. Funny thing is the windstorm is gone. It's been raining, but it hasn't been raining for the last, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. You can hear all the rain dripping out of the trees and running out of the gutters. But it's just been a light rain so far this morning. And pretty much that wind, they said the storm would end at about 5 a.m. It was about 5 a.m. that it finally stopped. But it's been calm all morning. And precisely at 12 midnight, or 12 noon, boom, power went out. So I'm coming out here to, man, look how pretty the colors are. That's what's left of the leaves after yesterday. Oh, it's crazy. Man, it just seems like it's been a flip of the coin that we were talking about the leaves being all over the ground. But it's going to get way worse. There's still plenty of leaves that fall out of there. So I had, I charged up the little 300-watt power bank. That takes no time at all. And I went ahead and brought the DJI Power Station out here last night and plugged it in. So it charged up sometime last night. I think it made it down to, I think it was 78%. That's pretty impressive. Running, I don't know what that modem draws. I forgot to look because that does show the draw. But and it looked crazy with all the stuff coming out of it. All the kids with their phones and iPads and different things they got charging. And got the DJI thing. It's not a, like I say, not a power horse. If you plug in like a heater or something like that, something that draws 5,000 watts, it's gonna go quick. It's not for that. That's what generators are good for. But anyway, I'm gonna go out here and grab the DJI, plug the modem in, because the kids will go absolutely batty if they don't have their internet. I kind of like having the internet too. I even brought the Honda back in too, because I was talking to you guys last night when shortly after the power came on. We did that goodbye out here in the dark and went to hook everything up. We got this thing we have where the power comes through there's this little crack thing on the back door or the front door where the molding kind of folds over the cord. You can actually run 2 cords through there if you want. And anyway, I got stuff. I run a cord one way, run a cord another way, and it kind of gets the whole hub of the house going. But anyway, same situation as yesterday. That happened pretty quick. So go into the darkness of the shop. I already came out here with keys and unlocked everything. There's the Honda sitting in its bag. Well, I don't want to prop the door open. I want to keep the heat in here too. Yep, there's the DJI still plugged in. She's sitting there at 100%. I guess you're coming back inside with me there, little gal. What a trooper. Oh, there's no low, so it doesn't tell me how long it lasts. I'll just turn it off here right quick till I get in the house. It just powers itself on when you plug it in. It's all nice and warm out here. Everybody's all cozy. When the power came on and I come out here to plug this, I never even brought the little one in. I just plugged it on put it on a receptacle right there by the kitchen sink. There's a big counter off to the right of it. It's not next to the sink, and that's always dangerous, electrical stuff. But anyway, had that on the charger and walked out here with this. And all the battery tender lights are all flashing here. Looks like Christmas out here. Because after being off for that many hours, they automatically like come on. Oh well. The wind didn't do it, so hopefully they're just doing a repair somewhere, and it's not widespread windstorm going on anymore. So they should be able to get to it quickly. That's why I'm not gonna pull the Honda out. Then if it gets super crazy, I'll pull the Polaris out. That's working as a stand now. And if you really need to run something, you pull that 6600 out, and you can run, deep freezers, all kinds of stuff. We used to use that in Silver Lake, Washington. But it'll only go about 3.5 hours on that tank. It's an industrial one. Didn't even think about that when I bought it, but I got it super, super cheap. But it's the old, stator flywheel style. 360cc Yamaha engine runs that thing. But she's kind of power hungry. You guys remember a few years back, I got that out and cleaned it up, got it running. I've got my little Yamaha 1000 sitting back there. You can see a little blue hitting the back there. For the house, that 2200 Honda. It's crazy that 2200 Honda does better than this 3200 Polaris. There's the Polaris. But the nice thing about the Polaris, it'll easily go 10 hours on a tank of gas. All right, let me grab the DJI. Kelly's in there taking her nap. I'm sure Christy will scream at the kids because they'll drive her bat poop crazy here in a minute. And she'll probably wake your mom up screaming at one of the kids for something. I won't leave that plugged into the wall. I did tell you I got 2 of those ordered for that plug kit. Actually, I got a shipping thing on it already. Cool. All right. Welcome to the day once again. That's nuts. Look at this. My first walk, Sasha, through all the chaos here. I haven't really mentioned her. That night we just did a quick little walk. I don't even know how long ago that was. It's hard to even keep track of what date it is, much less the day and whatever. Man, we were in a funk for the longest time. Just funky. Look how beautiful it is out here. But I have about a half hour. She always goes to that bone. Got about a half hour gap here before the next storm comes. Although, when I'm looking the direction it's coming from, that doesn't seem true. That's what just left. Or part of it anyway. But anyway, Sasha's been sick. And wasn't until this morning that she finally ate her food. Cal and I keep trying to get her. You just pick up little pieces in your hand and try to give her a little bit at a time. And she just would not eat. Well, she ate all her food this morning, and then Kelly on the weekends always makes a nice breakfast. And I was going along doing my thing, and all of a sudden Sasha comes piling up right next to me. And I go, "What are you up to?" Kelly was coming with food. Bless her heart, she always brings it to my desk there in the mornings. Yeah, I love that woman. But other than just like a little bit of kind of a stuffy sounding, I don't feel stuffy at all, but it's just kind of, I don't know, it's like a head cold kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of just like stuck in my voice. But I feel absolutely normal. I felt that way yesterday too. You know, Kelly, her blood oxygen level seems to be stabilizing. And the antibiotics that they gave her, she took the last of it last night. So it was a really high dose, concentrated or whatever. It it caused some rather unpleasant side effects that she doesn't seem to be having it now, because she didn't have it for this morning. There was one she took for 4 days, another one she took for 5 days. And they gave her a shot that she couldn't hardly sit down for, geez, almost 3 days. But you can tell it's been raining out here. Definitely thin these trees out a whole bunch. If somebody comes down here and passes us, I hope they don't go fast. So yeah, let's go on this side, Sasha. We usually walk the right side of the road each direction. I don't think she even wants to walk through the water holes. But the power, I don't know, it's like an hour and 45 minutes. It might have been a couple hours. It came back on. I did the old DJI and the little 300 watt little power bank thing there. That did the same thing. I can tell I've been walking for a while, and that's in my chest, because I'm getting winded very easily. All I'm doing is walking along and talking. But anyway, so I did the same thing. I let the little 300 watt power my MacBook and the iPad Pro. You go to rendering stuff, well, they start using power then. I just like to keep them at 100%, because once you're just goofing around on the computer's not doing any video or photo editing and stuff like that, the iPad just doesn't consume nothing. Same with the MacBook. Dan decided to come out here with us. But man, what is this? That bright orb up in the sky shining down on us. Beautiful fall colors. It's amazing how deep and rich the blue of the skies are after a rain. Just knocks all any debris out of the air. That was some crazy rain yesterday, and then, you know, it, like I said, it went all the way till, it was like right at about 5 o'clock it stopped. But it's been off and on raining. A couple of good downspouts here over the last couple hours. That probably explains why there's so much water in the road. But yeah, once the power came on, everybody was out again. About the same amount of people were out, but there was no explanation of what the source was or what happened. Who knows? But we're all out. At least it wasn't for hours on end like it was yesterday. All right, walk the old muds here. Look at all that rain and wind. Literally cleared these trees out. Even this one that had was just robust with leaves. It's diminished quite a bit. But look at these out here. I mean, there's just nothing but that moss covering on them. You'd never know they had leaves. The woods, you can see deep into the woods now. So many leaves are gone. Then you got the evergreens, like the good old fir tree there that's just beautiful year round. Really gorgeous in the winter when the snow is lingering in the trees. That's crazy. All that greenery it's just turned to moss. Crazy, huh, Sasha? Because yeah, whatever. But this is her first walk in 3 days, or I don't know. I did something the other day. It was really short. I think I was trying to escape the rain. Speaking of which, I took off without my hat. But doesn't a rogue cloud doesn't sneak up on me. Get my head wet. Plus, you know, without the duck bill in my hat, my glasses get all wet. So, I think we'll easily make it back before any rains kick in, despite what the weather said. It's so opened up down here. That is wild. You got distracted back there for a moment, huh, Danny boy? You look, pay attention, you'll see that field that's out there. The initial brush is kind of in the way. You can't see it that well, but you can see the hills or the fields back there and the mountain in the background. Well, that's some non-friendly looking clouds out that way, huh? It always seems to be to the east where the big storms are. Although most of the thunder and lightning from the other day was... What you spying on down there, dog? Stand, boy. Always got to do is run by and kind of like try to knock you over a little bit. I was telling Kelly the other day, when her Sasha just wasn't feeling good because she's like depressed because we're sick, can't take her, and you just wonder if a dog's just upset thinking they've done something wrong and they're depressed or something, you know, not getting to go for their walk. You know, we're all slumped around. You never know what goes through a dog's mind. But she was definitely perked up. You can tell first thing this morning. And her nose was, you know, warm and dry for a couple days. And you can, like, you know, feel like inside her thighs and, like, you know, kind of roll your knuckle in their little ear canal there. And you can feel the heat just rolling out. You can tell when she had a temperature. So she was legit sick. The bad thing, you know, ever since she got sick, there's medicine we give her in her food every single day. Well, when she doesn't eat for like 3 days, she's missing her medicine. When she chomps it down, she doesn't realize it's in there, but if you try to give it, you gotta basically shove it down her throat to make her take it. But I don't want to stick nothing but medicine down their throat. So... Oh, it's a jet. It's weird to see a jet flying in a, geez, that's weird. He's going in the southeast direction. So he's in northwest. As the wind would fly. They always fly north across here. It's weird to see one flying that direction. Very strange, actually. Sure feels good to get out on a walk again. The walks after work are absolutely done. Other than, you know, just close around the yard kind of a things. Sunset tonight is at 6:04. And then by this time next week, the sunset will actually be less than 5 o'clock. It'll be 4 something here. And they'll just keep getting shorter all the way until, you know, winter solstice. Then we start to climb the other direction. There's our halfway point when I use that. There's like no sign of game out here at all. We do hear a lot of coyotes at night, a whole lot of coyotes. You know, when you see signs of the bears and stuff like that, it's weird. The coyotes are super quiet. Look at the beautiful colors in that tree. There's some beautiful woods out there. You gotta love those evergreens. Holy moly. That black mesh stuff, it kind of has the texture of it looks like burlap sack kind of stuff, but it's made out of some black plastic stuff. It causes that to hold water for the longest time. But you know, they're the heavier gauge rock and stuff. The road doesn't get the crazy potholes like it used to. Man, I remember taking motorcycles down here. It's a good look at that stuff. And you literally had to watch them holes. Like the little Z50 and stuff, man. It swallowed them little mini bike wheels right up. Geez, the parts for that XR have been there since last Tuesday. Something else I ordered too. Something for a car, I don't remember what it was. All that stuff's long since there. Kelly ordered something for herself. That's been there since last Tuesday as well. It's crazy. All the time. And how that time just went by. It's weird. Doesn't seem like I've been off at all. But then, when you think about it, it seems like I've been gone for weeks. Well, we'll all go back to normal tomorrow. What you see out there, Sasha? Look at that little patch of sun that's been shining through there and dried the rocks up. You can see the patches on the road up here as well. That almost sounds like a chipmunk. Oh, those pine trees sure are beautiful. I'm glad they're growing like a wild weed all of a sudden. Ain't that birdie? What do you think, Sasha? You happy now? She didn't. Usually I go in there and get ready. And my shoes that I use to walk with must make a sound because she normally hears it and just goes absolutely. You can see how that storm from earlier is just slowly blowing away. Yeah, it's got more of a easterly direction now than what it's been having. You're so good, Sasha. I can stop and sit there and yammer on about whatever, and she'll just hang out. She'll wait till I'm ready to walk, and she goes. Oh, very nice. Despite feeling winded, the highest my heart rate is going up, even though I walked pretty fast with her a couple of times. It was only 97. But, and I'm quite hot in this coat. It breathes. It's that cheap little plaid thing. But despite being warm. Oh, that Japanese maple, man. It took most of the colors out of that. Love those trees. We got one in the backyard that's it turns half and half. Half of it turns red and the other half turns yellow. But nothing blew apart out here over the windstorms. And just the trees in key places that knock power out. Alrighty. Well, that one has ceased to function. It's branded Moose, but you can see it's an Optimate 1. It's regular Optimate. We just do those rebranding things where you'll see, some of them are red for Honda and stuff like that. So I've got the Grom hooked up to the Himalayan because I don't know how long the Himalayan hasn't been. It was it was flashing last night. Dang. Let's get a meter to it and see if it's even reading anything. That's crazy. It's not like because if the fuse went out, it would knock everything out. Everything else is working. It wouldn't just take one plug. And I plugged it in on the tongs are too short to reach in there, so I plugged it in upside down over there to see if it'd work, and it's just out. Well, that's the first one of those I've had go out on me. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. This one, I guess I should make sure the one for the Polaris is working too. That one's back there in that wall. It's kind of hard to. There it is, right there. Are you functioning back here? Yeah. You're doing your number. Well, isn't that something? Huh. That's a bummer. And those things here this year have increased in price considerably. I'll be a son of a gun. Oh well. Well, I think on that, I'm going to roll out. I'm not going to drag Kelly. I'm not going to drag Kelly out just to say goodbye. She's just doing as much resting as she can to make sure she's as healthy as she can be to get back to work, and we'll go from there. But anyway, I appreciate you hanging around. Another, like the third odd day in a row, wasn't it? I don't even remember what it was day before yesterday. Yesterday was all the crazy rain and power outage. Oh no, the day before that we drove to Chehalis. That was nice. That was nice and comfortable. I think it's going to be 100% before I even leave here, so I'll grab a meter and check that one just to make sure it's actually not functioning. I do have one. There's an Optimate 3 sitting right there. Actually, I think that's an Optimate 4 CAN bus. Yeah, but you can convert that thing over to work for regular, batteries. It doesn't have to be hooked up to CAN bus stuff. I think it's actually in that mode. So it's not like I need to buy another one. Still, that's a bummer to have one down. That ain't no good. Well, anyway, appreciate you watching today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Once again, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the comments and likes and whatnot, and we'll go from there. See you tomorrow. Thanks.